I'm sorry, I was wrong about the CPF. You know, I received many comments regarding my previous video between the RSTU-SA versus the OA to SA transfer, right? That video. There was some information in that video that was wrongly presented and published. And that's why it may have confused some people or in fact misinformed some people. And it actually led to many comments, right? Whether they were constructive feedbacks or just plain nasty people making comments. But I do appreciate all of them because CPF is really complicated. I may not be 100% right, and this actually allow me to actually fact check myself and improve my own knowledge about the CPF. Regardless, I'm sorry to have made a mistake in that video, and therefore this video will be the one to correct the message that I really want to deliver it regarding the retirement sum top up to your SA or OA to SA transfer, which method is preferred. Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. So this time, let's talk about the mistake, right? What actually happened. In my previous video, I mentioned that the retirement sum top up to your SA funds cannot be withdrawn at all. And this is even after you have hit your full retirement sum or the FRS. Here is actually where the mistake lies, whereby if your parents actually did 100% FRS top up for you at birth, meaning at 0 years old when you were a baby, your parents top up $192,000 for your FRS this year in 2022, you could actually withdraw all the sums above the full retirement sum at age 55, even though they are 100% made up of retirement sum top-up funds. Don't understand what I mean? I put it into simpler terms. Assuming that you have not worked a day in your life because you have really rich parents topping up for you since birth, and you actually managed to hit the age of 55 and is above the full retirement sum because you had FRS at birth, right? The compounding interest will always go above the full retirement sum limit. So even if all your funds are 100% RSTU funds, as long as it's above the FRS, those funds above the FRS can be withdrawn. So it is definitely not correct to say that all your RSTU funds cannot be withdrawn. And hence, for people who are considering to do retirement sum top up to your SA for multiple years, then you do not have to worry about it because it is actually withdrawable. But would I still recommend you to do RSTU-SA versus the OA to SA transfer? My stand doesn't change and my opinion doesn't change. I still prefer you to do an OA to SA transfer rather than a RSTU-SA. Here's why. Now you must understand that this CPF rule that does not change is that your RSTU-SA funds will be reserved for your retirement account at age 55. Meaning that all these funds, the RSTU funds, cannot be used for investments at all, because they need to be channeled to the retirement account, right? So they cannot be used for other purposes. And this will actually hinder your CPF SA shielding at age 54-55 gap. If you don't know about the CPF shielding hack, basically at age 54, 11 months, you basically want to invest your SA funds, the maximum that you can invest, into a short-term bond fund such that when your RA is created at age 55, they will go and take funds out of your OA and your remaining SA so that the majority of your SA funds are still in the investment. And then once your RA funds are created for the retirement account, then you can go and sell out your SA investment positions, and now you have a maximum SA and a maximum RA while a very little OA, because the SA is more advantageous at 4% interest rate compared to a 2.5 interest rate at OA, right? So the more RSTU funds that are reserved for the RA, the less funds you could use for your investment using the SA. In fact, the optimum RSTU-SA funds that you should have in your CPF is only 40,000 Singapore dollars. Because ideally, if we are using 2022 FRS of 192,000, we want 40k of SA reserve funds and then 152k of OA funds to actually go and meet your RA. Why 40,000 is the magic number is because any funds above $40,000 in your SA can be invested. So anything below 40,000, they will be transferred to the retirement account anyway because you can't invest them. So what if you have done all the retirement sum top up and its associated interests up to $100,000 of reserve funds? That means that you have an additional 60k on top of the 40k that you cannot use and invest your SA. So the whole $100,000 will be transferred to your retirement account at age 55. Because they cannot be shielded, right? They cannot be used to invest. Hence, all these funds, the 60k above of the 40k, will be transferred to the RA. Meaning that you have less SA that can be invested and transferred back to your SA account after your shielding hack is completed, which also means that you have less funds in your SA earning 4% interest compared to the OA earning 2.5%, right? Now most of your funds are still in your OA, the 60k, you know. And this is the main reason why I prefer to do a OA to SA transfer, because OA to SA transfer, the funds will not be reserved for the retirement account. All these funds transferred to the SA can be invested. And this is really the message that I want to deliver instead of the misinformed message in my previous video. I think the bottom line for this video is, this is my preferred method, and I prefer this method because of the benefits that it could bring me, and it's definitely my personal strategy, right? I'm not asking you all to subscribe to the same strategy. You can follow or you can don't follow. We are all entitled to our own opinions, and you're totally free to decide which method is better for you, right? I'm not forcing you. Neither am I here to convince you to use my method, right? It doesn't benefit me anyway, but I'm just here to show my thought process behind my strategies of CPF, and maybe some people who don't know what to do may want to follow this idea. But I guess all of our aligned goal is to reach the full retirement sum earlier in our CPF so that we can enjoy a sweet retirement life with the funds that we have, right? I think that is the aligned goal that we want to achieve. So just be nice to people on the internet. Don't be too harsh on people to the fact of cyberbullying, right? We all knew what happened to one of the local finance YouTubers. And if you want to hear about my thoughts regarding whether you should voluntarily contribute to your MA or RSTU to your SA, I think you can watch this video here because I'll discuss my thoughts there. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.